Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Thursday live sessions with His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu. Anyone has any questions for Prabhu?
Yeah.
Mataji.
I'm reading Canto 2, so in the first chapter of Canto 2, in the second verse, it's written that Krishna is the super soul. He is present as expansion of Baladev in the heart of all living entities. So why it's written as Baladev?
Can you take out second canto
217.
217?
That's right. One seven.
In the purport.
Okay. Okay, 217. You want me to read those?
Just go to the purport.
Which part of the book?
Towards the end.
Towards the end. Where he says Baladev, is it? Ah, yeah. So from in the Vedic literatures also. In the Vedic literatures also, it is confirmed that the Supreme Lord is one, but that he is engaged in his transcendental pastimes in the company of his unalloyed devotees, and that simultaneously he is present as the Super Soul, an expansion of Baladev in the heart of all living entities. So that's your question. So your question is why Prabhupada says Baladev?
Like why Paramatma teacher has called us that he is Baladev.
What?
Why in the purport Prabhupada is saying that Krishna is present as super soul as an expansion of Baladev.
You see here, super soul and expansion. The super soul is an expansion of Baladev. You understand the line? That means the super soul is an expansion of Baladev, because from Baladev you got Pradyumna, Nurdaya, Sankrishan, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Nurdaya, and Sankrishan. And again you get another Vasudev, Pradyumna, Sankrishan, and then you got all the Narayans. And again from that Sankrishan you get Karnodas ki Vishnu, Garbhodas ki Vishnu, and Chirodas ki. And Chirodas ki Vishnu is an expansion of Balaram. So therefore it says super soul, an expansion of Balaram. You understand? So everything flows from Krishna. Expansion is Balaram, and Balaram would then it takes care of everything. You understand? Yeah? So there's nothing wrong in the statement when he says super soul, an expansion of Baladev. That means the super soul and as expansion of Baladev. Is it correct? Yes? You understand? Huh? Nothing wrong in the statement. You follow? Hmm? Because the Purusha avatar is coming from Baladev. Huh? Correct? There is so many avatars. Leela avatar, Purusha avatar, Manvanta avatar, Yuga avatar, right? Satyavesh avatar. So like that, and this is the expansion of the Purusha avatar. Then there's Guna avatar, right? So all of them are expansions of the original person, Krishna, 138. Etachamsa kala pumsham, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan. You know,
138.
138. 38. 1338. No, this is not the verse.
Or is it new one?
1, 3, 38. Or 28. Sorry, 28.
28, okay.
Yeah.
एते चां सकलाः पुंस कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारिव्याकुलं लोकम् मृदयन्ति युगे युगे. All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the thieves.
That Brahma Samhita, so many verses. Ramadimurteshu Gala Niyamantistan Nanavatara Charodvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Van Paramantu Manyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham. Huh? Any other question?
One more question. From 1 to 6 is the previous verse.
1 to 6.
Sorry,
Savai Pumso Parodamu.
sorry, 216.
216.
So, Prabhu, the translation Prabhupada says,
Can you go there? 216.
Show translation. The highest perfection of human life achieved either by complete knowledge of matter and spirit, by practice of yoga, by practice of mystic powers, or by perfect discharge of occupational duty, is to remember the personality of Godhead at the end of life.
It's Chamsa.
question is, here Prabhupada is saying like either by any of the three, whatever we do, the purpose is that at the end of life we must remember Krishna and take Narayana's way. So suppose if someone is doing like maybe five mystic powers, if he is able to remember Krishna at the end of life, so is it like okay?
Yeah. The objective is to remember
Some
Krishna.
other person Prabhupada said like Bhakti Yoga is the topmost, right? So like if somebody is doing by mistake yoga or some other occupational duties in this time, and they remember Krishna, so is it okay?
It is okay, but it's difficult. You can see in that verse 12:5. All these other processes are very difficult. They're not easily accomplished. See that verse in 12:5? Klesha. It is klesha. Klesha means difficult. And it's a fact. How many of you can get into mystic yoga? How many can go and do all this pranayam and all that? Not possible. See, klesho.
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देवद्भिरवाप्यते. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
And it's very simple to do bhakti. You can go 828. Krishna is saying here, 828, Bhagavad Gita.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यं फलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वम् इदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानम् उपैति चापि. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal good.
Why you want to do all this difficult thing? And it's not possible in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, only one thing: Harinam, Harinam, Harinam. You can test for yourself how much you have made advancement by being a devotee. Correct? Huh? It's not possible by all other process, it is also explained in 10, 14, 3.
10:14:3. Yeah.
Let me see the Sanskrit. 10, 14, 4. 10, 14, 4. Go to the next verse.
Okay.
Yeah, just read the translation. Read the translation down. Yeah.
Yes, madam.
No, read the translation.
Okay.
Go down. Yeah, read this.
My dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the best path for self realization. If someone gives up that path and engages in the cultivation of speculative knowledge, he will simply undergo a troublesome process and will not achieve his desired result. As a person who beats an empty husk of wheat cannot get grain, one who simply speculates cannot achieve self realization. His only gain is trouble.
Is that? Um, only gains trouble. Can you go to 11, 12, 1, 2?
11, 12, 1,
11, 12, 1 dash 2.
2.
You write there 11, 12, 2. Then you get it completely. Or 1 dash 2. You have to put 1 dash 2.
No. Okay. Vida which is hard. Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Uddhava, by associating with my pure devotees, one can destroy one's attachment for all objects of material sense gratification. Such purifying association brings me under the control of my devotee. One may perform the Ashtanga Yoga system, engage in philosophical analysis of the elements of natural nature, practice non-violence and other ordinary principles of piety, chant the Vedas, perform penances, take to the renounced order of life, execute sacrificial performances, and dig wells, plant trees, and perform other public welfare activities, give in charity, carry out severe vows, worship the demigods, chant confidential mantras, visit holy places, or accept major and minor disciplinary injunctions. But even by performing such activities, one does not bring me under his control.
I think that covers everything. Huh? Understand? Only by associating with devotees. Next verse.
we sometimes for meditations, and if we, by the end of that last moment, when we are able to remember the Narayan, so is it, they have a chance that they are going back to, like,
Prabhupada said Gandhi never went back. He chanted Ram Ram. Prabhupada said he didn't go back. Because he was not chanting sincerely, You understand? Ajamil went back because he chanted sincerely without any, what we say, although he was not pure, but he was not motivated. Whereas Gandhi was not accepting Krishna at all. The difference, devotee. Become my devotee, Krishna said. You can chant, anyone can chant, but there has to be, what we say, chanting in devotion. Hmm? You follow? When you chant in offenses, the 10 offenses, then the holy name doesn't have effect. What is the 10 offenses? Blaspheming devotees. Second, blaspheming the Lord. Third,
Spiritual master.
blaspheming the spiritual master. Fourth,
Shastra.
blaspheming the Vedic literature. Fifth one, imagining. Six, interpretation. Seven, committing offense on the holy name. Eight, thinking that the yajna and all that are more important or equal. Nine, preach to the faithless. And 10, to do all this nonsense and think is okay. Understand? You cannot do this thing, and the holy name will have no effect. It's not free for all. You have to understand there are rules. You cannot do whimsically. Correct? Yatamma tatampat, yeah? Bengali. Bengali. Yatamma tatampat. So we have to be careful. You understand? That's why you must associate with devotees. See, in this verse here, you can read every yuga, many living entities entangled in the mode. Can you read that?
In every yuga, many living entities entangled in the modes of passion and ignorance gain the association of my devotees. Thus, such living entities as the Daityas, Rakshasas, birds, beasts, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, Siddhas, Chanaras, Gukyakas, and Vidyadharas, as well as such lower class human beings as the Vaishyas, Shudras, women, and others, were able to achieve my supreme abode. Vritrasura, Prahlad Maharaj, and others like them also achieved my abode by association with my devotees, as did personalities such as Vrishaparva, Bali Maharaj, Banasura, Maya, Vibhishana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, Gajendra, Jatayu, Tuladhara, Dharmavyada, Kubja, and the gopis in Vrindavan, and the wives of the Brahmanas who were performing sacrifices.
So see, the association of devotees is the key for making progress. You can do all these other things, but if you don't, can you go 24, 145 or 125? 125 or 145? Go to 125 first. You see, this is the process. 24.
I need to
Madhulila.
go check in the Charitamrita. 24, 145.
Yeah. 22, 24, yeah. 145. Why this one cannot put the folio inside?
Yeah, he did, but then there's some error.
Folio is much more easier
Yeah,
to
it's
work
much
with.
more easy. This is taking too long.
No, 125.
One number you can
Go to 125.
put 125. Like how long you go? Put 125. When you have 1/2 on this, you're not getting right that time.
Okay. O great learned devotee, although there are many faults in this material world, there is one good opportunity, the association with devotees. Such association brings about great happiness. Due to this good quality, our strong desire to achieve liberation by merging into the Brahman effulgence has become weakened.
Understand? By association only you can purify your consciousness. You cannot do it any other way. Right? Association, that's why it's very, very important. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. Can see for yourself what. You come to the devotees, then your life change. Yes? No. What? Huh? If you just stay outside, then you remain as a Hindu. Correct? And what you learn by Hindu? Durga Puja. Huh? Maharashtrian means Ganesh Puja. That means you are not having association of devotees. Association of devotees means you are fixed only in Krishna. You just don't want anything else. That means a devotee. Can tell who is devotee, who is not devotee. Yes? If he is interested, in other things besides Krishna, means it's not pure. Right? There's no, just like the gopis, they have no interest in worshipping Narayan also. Yes? Is it not? The gopis were not interested when he came as Narayan. Yeah? So see how they are fixed only in Krishna. Right? That verse I showed. What is that verse? Anyone remember? Huh? 19, 168. 22, 168.
19168 or 22168?
Sorry, 19, 168. A devotee means his mind is only Krishna, nothing else.
A pure devotee must not cherish any desire other than to serve Krishna. He
That's
should
why
not
it says here, he should not cherish any desire other than to serve Krishna. Sarva dharmam parityaja mamekam. You understand this mamekam? This is what it means. He should not offer worship to the demigods, Jai Sri Radha, or to any other mundane personality. Ali Baba, Sai Baba, what Baba? Huh? Understand? Mundane. He should not
he should not offer worship to the demigods or to mundane personalities. He should not cultivate artificial knowledge which is devoid of Krishna consciousness, and he should not engage himself in anything other than Krishna conscious activities. One must engage all one's purified senses in the service of the Lord. This is the favorable execution of Krishna conscious activities.
That nobody, nothing else, not even Ram. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he didn't even want his devotees to worship even Ram. You understand? That is how it works with only Krishna. I don't want nothing else. Not wrong, but theoretically, the mood. You know?
So one question, rather doubt. So I don't know whether I read it. Okay, so doubt is whether I read it in Nectar of Instructions or Why Worship Only Krishna. So in that one of these books, it is written that there are four sampradayas, right? Which is via which you can achieve God. One of them where it is 30-second guru is Prabhupada, right? In one of those sampradayas which we follow. So does that mean the other three sampradayas are also, like being told by Krishna that okay, if you follow them also, you can actually.
We didn't say you cannot go back because they have their lineage and all. But even in the line, if the acharyas are not practicing very seriously, then it is difficult. You understand? Like just like now in our line, let's say you go to some guru in our line and he's not following strictly what Prabhupada said. Will you go back by following him? Huh? Will you go back? Huh? So it is the same with every sampradaya. The line that you are following, they must be 100% following the original teaching. You understand what I'm saying? But if the original teaching and you now following not in accordance, then how you will go back? Like now Prabhupada said you cannot eat chocolate. Let's say you eat chocolate, then how? I'm giving you an example. That is not deviating, then how you will go back by disobeying Prabhupada? Does it make sense? Sampradaya is correct. Acharya teaching is there, but either you are following or not. You understand what I'm saying?
But if they follow, those people who are following, actually if they follow properly, then also they can.
Yeah, if you follow 100%, then you go. But it is difficult because Kali Yuga, then why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? Why he came? Huh? Correct? And if you don't accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga, you are not going back for sure. And you can see all the sampradayas. Coffee drinking, tea taking, onion drinking. Huh? Correct? Yeah? Yes or no?
Yeah, but do they also have like I mean they have also their distinct succession. Do they have
Yes.
like for example after Ramanujacharya who's there?
Yeah, they have downlines. I don't deny that. But the downline himself are not following, then how?
But the same criticism can be made against ISKCON today, right? They're also screwing up.
That's why we are here, ice cream.
Yeah. So is there like an equivalent of the not screwing up team there?
Because if you follow 100%, then yes, you go back for sure. But the whole line has become a bit
Yeah.
waylaid. Then how you can follow? If you are eating onion and garlic and then you teach everybody to eat, then how you going to become purified? Huh?
Yeah.
You understand? Practically the line is gone.
One follow-up question I had on top of
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
So we have three modes of it, right? Mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So if someone is not in the mode of goodness, he cannot go back to Godhead.
He cannot go back to God because goodness is the basic step to get to God.
Ignorance, I understand, cannot go. Even
Yeah.
in passion, cannot
Yeah.
go.
Even if you just stay in goodness, it is a struggle. That's why you must transcend. Understand? By going through the mode of goodness, then you will transcend. You understand? The idea is to first get into mode of goodness, and God to going to goodness means worshipping God. You cannot go to God without worshipping Him, no? So when you start mode of goodness, then you climb higher, you go above the modes. Then yes, when you go above the mode, that verse now. 14:26. Right? Mam cha vyapacharena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samatitaitan. So when you do this bhakti yoga you do for what? Yourself. Why you do bhakti yoga? What do you do in bhakti yoga? What do you do in bhakti yoga? You worship the Lord. Correct? Bhakti mam abhijanante yavan, yes. So when you do bhakti yoga and worship the Lord, then you transcend the modes. If you are not doing it unfailingly, again, what is this word unfailing? Unfailing means what? Every day, every day? Not that you do one day and 10 years later you do another day. That doesn't work like. Correct? You understand? Then you transcend the mode of material nature. And then you get what? Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Correct? That means you come to the above the mode. Brahman is above the modes. And by continuing this Brahma Bhuta stage, then na shochate, na kanchate, samaham sarva bhutanam, then he gets mad bhakti abate param. You understand? It's a sequence, You that's why we stress you please come and come for Mangalarti. No sampradaya, whatever sampradaya, if you don't wake up in the morning, then what sampradaya is that? Huh? No, you cannot wake up so early because you will disturb the Lord. He's sleeping. Huh? They say like that. Do you know the sampradaya? They say like this. No, don't wake up in the morning because you wake up and you will disturb the Lord. He's sleeping. Huh? Do you know that? Huh? He is saying wake up and you saying he is sleeping. Does it make any sense? Huh? You follow? So sampradaya is there. I don't deny that. But if you don't follow, then how you expect to go back? That's why this verse is here, no? 14, 16, 26. Mamcha unfailingly. What is that? What does unfailing mean? Huh? Huh? Without sleeping out. So please try to understand. That's why in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Why did he come? What did he come? For fun, nothing to do. He came to visit the material world because it's so much free time. What do you think? Hello? Because in Kali Yuga, very difficult for anyone to make it. Even if you chant, there's offenses. But when you take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just by seeing him, you go back to God. By what? That's a verse there, no? Adi 3. You have to search for that. Adi 3, you will see the verse there. By seeing him, understand, you go back home, back to God. You take Adi 3, you see, you go in the index, you see. So you see how important it is that you have to, that's why it says you must please chant Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Go. Then the Hare Krishna mantra will without accepting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you cannot go back to God. 3.64. Adi 3.64. You must put the word slash on the top, no? Then you will go around.
Anyone who looks upon his beautiful body or beautiful face becomes freed from all sins and attains the wealth of love of God.
That's it. Just by seeing him. Understand? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has combined all the sampradayas. You follow? I think I explained that. How he took two things from each sampradaya. So please try to understand, this all are technical things inside. Of course, we tell anybody, yeah, you follow, you go back. It's understood. But following means you must have the right association. Okay, let's take ISKCON now. You go to ISKCON. And they're doing all kind of crazy things. You follow that, how you will go back? Can. Cannot. Understand? So you must associate with people who are strictly following. Isn't that? Someone sleeping, someone breaking principle, and you follow him, you will go back. Can. Can. Huh? Can you go to 6, 7, 14? 6, 7, 14.
Leaders who have fallen into ignorance and who mislead people by directing them to the path of destruction, as described in the previous verse, are in effect boarding a stone boat, and so too are those who are blindly following them. A stone boat would be unable to float and would sink into the water with its passengers. Similarly, those who mislead people go to hell and their followers go with them.
Hello? So try to understand following, not blind following now. Correct?
How about this Vrindavan Babaji's, what parampara are following?
Vrindavan Babaji's, Prabhupada said don't follow them. Prabhupada said stay away from them. Yes.
Many people are following them.
Eh?
Many of them are following Babaji's.
Many of them are following also many things.
Prabhupada said,
Doesn't mean they are following their rights. Many people following doesn't mean they are right.
he said,
You must follow according to Shastra, Sadhu and Guru. Yes? Are they following Shastra, Sadhu and Guru? Then
he said not to follow them because they are not proper or because we are unqualified for to follow them.
you don't even know what to do, Prabhu. You just listen to the Acharya. He said, don't do it, you don't do it. Why you have to question that? Huh? Why, Prabhupada, you say like that? You question. Do you? No, he knows. He stayed in Vrindavan. He knows what the Baba is doing. You just follow it. Go and do this. They know what these Babas are doing, having so many other what widows and women and all that. What is the Baba? He's not, he don't know. So he said, don't do it. So we listen and we follow. Yes, when you disciple means you cannot question. You cannot what? He said, don't do, don't do. If you question, that you should do before you take initiation. Huh? After you take initiation, you cannot question. You cannot what? No question. You understand? He will not tell you a wrong thing. Will he tell you wrong thing to do? You understand this point? So therefore he says, don't associate, you don't associate. Why? There's no need why. There's no question. Understand? Are you following? And you can see all the Babas now what they're teaching. Huh? What are they teaching? Yeah, you follow Krishna, but ultimately it is Nirakar. What kind of nonsense is that? Can. What they understand in the philosophy. Yes. So we have to be careful. You follow. I would rather blindly follow, bro, but I don't care. Huh? Yes?
They are not also following 16 down system.
Who?
Babaji also.
What 16 now?
16 down system they are not following. These are so-called believers.
They are just sitting there. They're supposed to be chanting 24 hours. That's all. But what they are doing, I don't know. You understand? So I listen. I'm not in Vrindavan. I never stay with the Baba. I don't know what they are doing. But Prabhupada knows. He stayed in Vrindavan. Correct? He knows what these Babas are doing. Is it not? Correct? Huh? He said these Babas are having all this in Vrindavan, all the women who are widows, they go there. Correct? And his Babas are having fun with them. So I avoid, we avoid. Why we have to go there? And then their philosophy also you don't know. Like this, what is this now? Huh? He said, ultimately it is what? Nirakar. So is this a good philosophy? Huh? Ultimately, is Nirakar is good philosophy? Huh? Tell me. Hello? He is very popular one. So you should follow popular thing or what? Huh? So many people also following some Sai Baba. Doesn't mean they are right? Huh? What do you say? So we have to follow sadhu, shastra, and guru. And many people they don't know shastra. Many people they don't know shastra. Yes, correct. They don't even know who God is. Complete nonsense. Correct? Yes. Yes or not? So our whole idea is to follow. You can go 2352. 23?
20. No.
CC what?
Madhya.
So you have to understand this, 20? 352.
Okay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, as in other ages, an incarnation is accepted according to the directions of the Shastras. In this age of Kali, an incarnation of God should be accepted in that way.
Purport.
Right?
According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is the way an incarnation should be accepted. Sri Narottam Das Thakur says, Sadhu Shastra Guru Vakya Chitete Kari Aikya. One should accept a thing as genuine by studying the words of saintly people, the spiritual master, and the Shastra. The actual center is the Shastra, the revealed scripture. If a spiritual master does not speak according to the revealed scripture, he is not to be accepted. Similarly, if a saintly person does not speak according to the Shastra, he is not a saintly person. The Shastra is the center for all. Unfortunately, at the present moment, people do not refer to the Shastra. Therefore, they accept rascals as incarnations, and consequently, they have made incarnations into very cheap things. Intelligent people who follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions and the instructions of the Acharya, the bona fide spiritual master, will not accept a pretender as an incarnation of God. In Kali Yuga, the only incarnation is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Imitation incarnations take advantage of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord appeared within the past 500 years, played as the son of a Brahmana from Nadia, and introduced the Sankirtan movement. Imitating Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ignoring the Shastra, rascals present themselves as incarnations and introduce their rascaldom as a religious process. As we have repeatedly said, religion can be given only by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From the discussions in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can understand that in different ages, the Supreme Lord introduces different systems and different religious duties. In this age of Kali, the only incarnation of Krishna is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he introduced the religious duty of Kali Yuga, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Is it clear? Huh? Any other questions?
So, Bhishmadev, I have a question related to Bhishmadev.
Bhishmadev, yes. What about him?
We know that Kauravas are doing all irreligious activities.
Kauravas are doing
All irreligious activities.
all kind of illegal activities, adharmic activities.
But still, he stayed with them. He stayed with them. He supported. In other way, indirectly he supported them.
So Bhishmadev, he knows Bhishmadev knew that the Kauravas were doing a lot of adharmic activities against the Pandavas. And why did he supported them? Is that the question? Yes. So you see, Bhishmadev is a Mahajan, and he had this rasa to fight with the Lord. You understand? There are 5 rasas, Dasya, Sakya, and there are another 7 which are, also rasa but not prominent. And chivalry is one of that rasa. And he wanted to fight with the Lord. He cannot fight with the Lord if he stays in the Pandavas camp. Huh? So he can only fight with the Lord if he goes to the Kauravas camp. Is it not? Actually, he fought and he made the Lord break his promise. Right? He said, "You broke my promise, I will fight in such a way that you will break the promise." Because he promised he will not take up any weapon. I think you saw the famous picture. Krishna is taking the wheel and rushing towards him. No? So he said in his prayers to him, I am remembering the sin. You even broke your your upper cloth. You understand? He also said that word, aho kastam, aho anyayam. You know that was how in this so much terrible suffering, only by the grace of God, you Pandavas are alive. You understand? So this is a higher understanding, But he's implicated because he joined them, so he had to be killed. You follow? So he knew, not that he don't know, but he wanted to have that exchange with the Lord. Otherwise, why the Lord come to see him when he was dying? There was no reason for him to come there because he's such a, evil person. No? Correct? And Duryodhan was dying. He never went there and saw him. He left. But Duryodhan also went back to garden because they all are. It says by Bhishma anyway, all those who died, they went back. So that the thing is that there's rasas, There's one mood. The gopis, they wanted to dance with him. Right? Arjuna, he wanted to be friend with him. So they have different feelings. So Vishnudev had that to fight with the Lord. And he was a very top fighter. That's why Duryodhan was so confident that he would win the war. You understand? That's because Krishna is in control. Huh? Yeah. He was shooting arrows and hurting Krishna. blood was coming. How can blood come? Krishna's body, how can blood come? Right? He says he's got no veins. Right? How the Lord created. Because if there's no blood, then how he will fight? He had to show some blood, something so to encourage him more. Correct? See how the Lord also relates. You know? You understand? So these are all transcendental pastimes. Only a devotee can understand this. And my body is not like yours. You know, my body is transcendental. Transcendental body got no veins, no blood. How? So these are the pastimes of the Lord. The Lord can do anything. Huh? He can do anything. He is inconceivable. Yes. That's why only devotees can understand these things. Non-devotees, they become puzzled. They become what? Confused. Yes. Correct. That's one of the qualities of God. He is inconceivable. You know, can go 17308.
I think the Kaliya yesterday was
I hardly use this
Madhya
verse.
Adya.
RD 17308. I hardly quote this verse.
You can tell the Sanskrit.
Go to the Sanskrit. अचिंत्य कल हे भाव न तम तर्के न योजय प्राकृति विहा परम यच्च तद अचिंतास्य लक्षणम. The quality of inconceivability. See?
Anything transcendental to material nature is called inconceivable, whereas arguments are all mundane. Since mundane arguments cannot touch transcendental subject matters, one should not try to understand transcendental subjects through mundane arguments.
Yeah. Understand? Cannot try to figure out with your blunt senses. Ataha Sri Krishna Namari Nagriham Bhavayendriye Sevamuko e Jikvada Swayam e Spruti Adaha. So try to understand, this. That's why the devotees, they don't want to understand. They simply just surrender. Parikshit Maharaj, you heard how the Lord was fighting, and with 3 arrows he killed the whole battle. He was shedding tears. And how the Lord is so inconceivable. By just 3 arrows, he can kill millions of people. I mean, if we wanted that Mahabharata war would have finished in 3 seconds. Well, 3 seconds was too long. Understand? But that's his pastime. He wants to give credit to his devotee. He wanted to. Lord is. That's why when he said, "You surrender to me, I will deliver you." It's not difficult for him. But faith is required. That's all. The whole program is based on faith. Understand? And that faith is the underlying factor on the position of the soul. Either it's 3rd class, 2nd class, 1st class. So how much faith you have. Yeah, your faith is 100%, yeah, you're 1st class. Faith is not 100%. You follow? That's the line. Correct? Any other questions?
Mr. Maharaj is called as Ajata Shatru.
Huh?
Ajata Shatru. Yudhishthira Maharaj, right? But Ajata Shatru means who does not have any enemies.
I cannot.
Ajata Shatru means who does not have any enemies, but for Mr. Maharaj, Duryodhana is always envying, right?
Duryodhan, yeah. Can you go to 783? No, 789. 789.
Prahlad Maharaj continued, My dear father, please give up your demoniac mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind equipoised toward everyone. Except for the uncontrolled and misguided mind, there is no enemy within this world. When one sees everyone on the platform of equality, then one then becomes the position of one then comes to the position of worshipping the Lord perfectly.
Duryodhan was put in that position because otherwise this pastime cannot go on. You understand? Someone must be a Duryodhan, someone must be a Yudhishthira, someone. Otherwise, how you have Mahabharata? Understand? The Lord, this is actually the Lord's pastime. He wanted to create this. That's why what his name, Dhritarashtra also said to Akrura when he met him, don't be partial, you don't do this thing. Why you say, I know, still I am forced to do these things by being partial. I know Krishna is God, I know, but I'm otherwise this whole Leela will not work. Correct? You understand? Yeah? Are you understanding? This why it is called what is that? Nitya Leela. This is what? Nitya Leela. And by see when Mahabharata was going on, the whole India stopped. Nobody went to work, nothing. They all want to see Mahabharata. Why? They're very attractive. And then every Indian, they all know. Yes. See the pastimes of the Lord. So why the Lord does it? That's, that's how He attracts the soul. Yes.
Even Baldev standing towards Kauravas, Balram.
Balaram.
Yeah. He's always looks like supportive to Kauravas only, right?
Yeah, otherwise the Kauravas will be demoralized. Krishna is very he sent Balaram to teach Duryodhana how to fight and all that. So he also get encouraged, Yeah, got Balaram with me. I tell you, Krishna is expert dramatist. You know how to make a drama perfect. Understand? That's Krishna. He will smile very nicely and he also know how to do the joke. Yes, that's God. So please, the best thing is to be a devotee, surrender. Just like Jai and Vijay, they had to come down to fight. No? Doesn't mean that Jai and Vijay were very good. In fact, they don't want to go back, they go down. He says, okay, you go down for 3 births only. 3 births only. Or you become my devotee for 7 births. No, 3 births, will come back. See, they don't want to miss the Lord. You understand? They don't mind becoming a demon also 3 times. Finish this and come back. They don't want to stay in the material world. Only we fools, we are so happy here. Understand? It's a difference. That's why all these activities has to be done so to attract us. Understand? So unless the activities of the Lord are very transcendental, very captivating, how we will be attracted? Correct? We must be attracted, no? How to attract the conditioned soul? Unless it is very, very captivating. See the childhood pastime of the Lord. See, like now, this guy is running around, everybody is attracted to him. How much the Lord, if he's a child, how much attraction he will be? Right? See, so that's the power of God. He knows how to bring the conditioned soul back to the spiritual world. That's his whole purpose. What is that? Parthanaya sadhuna. Vinashaya dushkritam.
Dharma samsthapanarthaya
Dharma
sambhavami.
samstapanarthe sambhavami. But the first line, paritnaya, is more concerned of that than the vinaya duskriti. You follow? Krishna is, he doesn't, actually, he's not happy creating this material. You know where the verse? 5:18:38. So you see, he says he doesn't even like him. Doesn't even like.
O Lord, you do not desire the creation, maintenance, or annihilation of this material world.
You do not desire the creation. You see that word there? He doesn't like it. He does not like this. Because there's another verse also. 3:20:21. But that's not so. I prefer this verse.
Brahma, the head of the demigods, full of anxiety, asked them, "Do not eat me, but protect me. You are born from me and you have become my sons. Therefore, you are yakshas and rakshasas."
Not this verse.
3:20:20.
3:20:21.
20:21.
3:21:20.
21. My dear Lord, although it is not your desire, you manifest this creation of gross and subtle elements just for our sensual satisfaction. Let your causeless mercy be upon us, for you have appeared before us in your eternal form, adorned with splendid wreath of tulsi leaves.
So it's not your desire. He doesn't desire this. It's not that he purposely put us in suffering here and, it's the wrong statement. He doesn't like it actually. But because he does like that, so he does all these pastimes to attract us to come back to him. You understand? That's why if anyone who is not attracted to the Lord, then the only word for him is what? Mudoham nabijanante, a fool. You understand? You don't want to become Krishna conscious, then the other word is fool. You're a fool. What is that? Naradama. Narad, the lowest of mankind. Maya paharta gyan. Someone has lost his intelligence. You understand?
Asura, right? Sura and Asura, right? Anybody who is not a devotee of God is Asura. Some verses.
Demon, Asura. Asura, 9:12. So try to understand this point, Huh? Any other questions?
Whatever going on is material world, everything is Krishna's leader, right?
Whatever going on material world.
They
Yeah.
are Bangladesh into burning, killing, murdering, all this stuff.
What's that?
Whatever going on in this material world, if we take it as Krishna Lila, whatever going on in this material world, if we take it as a Krishna Lila, then in Bangladesh, many Hindus are getting burnt and getting tortured. All this also Krishna Lila is it.
I wouldn't say Krishna Leela. I would say this is all the reactions of material world. Because Leela is only for Krishna. You don't do Leela. Understand? You are suffering your karma. Why you Hindus are put there and getting screwed? Just little bit across, you can be happy there. Now you cross this side little bit, so much suffering. Why? Something you must have done. Correct? So because you are also doing some nonsense, you are put in this kind of places. Yes? Yes or no? You understand? Living entities, they don't have Leela. They have what? Karma. Punya karma and Papa Punya. Isn't it? The verse, 331, what? Number 1. 331 1. Karanam Daiva. Daivige Daiva Netrena.
331:1. Let me read the Sanskrit.
Yeah.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Karmana Deva Netrena Janturdehopapattaye Striyah Pravishta Udaram Pumsoreta Kanashrayah. The personality of Godhead said, under the supervision of the Supreme Lord and according to the result of his work, the living entity, the soul, is made to enter into the womb of a woman through the particle of male semen to assume a particular type of body.
He's forced. He's what? He's not having Leela. Leela. So Leela is to come here. What? Understand? By higher arrangement, he is forced. You follow? So Bangladesh is not Leela. It's miseries. You understand this point of Leela and Karma? Any other question?
True, there's Yoga Maya and there's Mahamaya, right? Does Yoga Maya only apply to pure devotees?
9. Matmanastu Mamparta Devin Pakedin. 9:13.
O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible.
So this is the position of Yogamaya. Then Mahamaya.
No, Mahamaya are all the non-devotees punished through karma, right?
725. This is Mahamaya. 725.
But the Sanskrit says Yoga Maya.
Yeah, but both of the Mayas are Yoga Maya, but how it acts on. You understand? If it acts on deleting you, that's Maya.
Naham prakash sarvasya yoga maya samavritah mudhoyam na vijanati loko mam ajam avyayam. I never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible.
See that? So when you're covered by his Maya, Mahamaya, you cannot know him. But when you're covered by Yoga Maya, then you can understand. You understand?
But the Yoga Maya, does it also sometimes apply to like neophytes or second class devotees? Or is it only pure devotees? Like for example, there are instances like for example, when Krishna was killing Kamsa, Devaki and Vasudev were standing in reverence and awe, and then he pulled the curtain of Yoga Maya. And same with a lot of other devotees also, right? But those are pure devotees of the highest order. But does it also apply to neophytes?
There's a verse on this. Brahma Buddha Itiham Krita Punya Punjaha 10, 12.
10, 12, 11.
Huh?
11.
10, 12, 11.
You type 7/11. 7-11 because it's 4 slokas. 7-11.
See, so in this verse you can see how different people see differently.
Last. Yeah, wait. You read the
Read the Sanskrit. This one. Ittam satam brahma sukhan bhutya Dasyam Gatana Paradevatena Mayashritana Naradharakena Sakam Vijahruhu Kruta Punya Punjaha.
So
Punya.
the first line it says those who are see him as impersonal Brahman. Some see him, see.
I'll just read the whole thing. All the boys
Hello,
would be.
go down, go down.
Yeah. No, there are Supreme Personality. Go. Yes, yes.
Okay.
In this way, all the cowherd boys used to play with Krishna, who is the source of the Brahman effulgence for jnanis.
So it's a Brahma effulgence for the jnanis. So those people who were there who were jnanis, they saw him as Brahmana. Then
desiring to merge into that effulgence.
Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead for devotees who have accepted eternal servitorship. So those who saw him as God and their servant, they saw him as God. And for those ordinary person, he is but an ordinary child. That is people who are devoted to him, they are in the Yoga Maya platform. They see him as a child, like Vasudev, Devaki, all this. You understand? So according to your, as Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Ye yata mam prapadyante tam tateva, as you surrender, he exposed himself. You follow? You understand? So people who are in devotional service, of course, if they cross the modes, they are under the protection of the Yoga Maya. If they don't cross the modes, then they are under protection of, they are under the control of Mahamaya. You understand? So it depends whether you are on the transcendental plane or you are in the modes. Devotional service also you can perform in the modes. Huh? You understand? So therefore you must, that's why it says, you transcend, come to the mode of, what is that? Transcendental mode. If you remain below, then you are under the control of mind. You follow? That's explained in 329.8.
Devotional service executed by a person who is envious, proud, violent, and angry, and who is a separatist, is considered to be in the mode of darkness.
See that? That means you are in the mode of ignorance. Then you can go to 9.
Oh, next one. The worship of deities in the temple by a separatist with a motive for material enjoyment, fame, and opulence is devotion in the mode of passion.
Is that? You follow? So not all devotional service is transcendental. If you do in mode of passion, ignorance, and in goodness, is different qualities. That's why you are advised to come to the transcendental mode. Then you are free from Maya. You understand? Any other questions?
Prabhu, the beginning of the class we were talking about Ante Narayana Susi. So we are just started the Krishna consciousness few years before the video. So anytime death can approach us also, we don't know. So how can we sure we can remember Krishna at that time, because we have not practiced that much of Krishna consciousness that we can remember Krishna. But if death approaches us as don't know anytime can approach, then how we can be saved?
I'm going to repeat it so that people can hear inside there. So the question is how we can remember the Lord when we are not so advanced yet in our devotional service. Yes? So you see, trying to I think you may get on fire. We want to capture the Lord because to remember Him means to be able to capture Him. Is it not? Is it not? Huh? So it is not easy to capture the Lord. I think that incident of Mother Yasoda trying to tie him up. So he proved that it is not possible. Unless the Lord allowed her, then it is possible. Is it not? Huh? So there are two kinds of devotional service. What she is practicing is called spontaneous devotional service. And what we are told to do now is called regulated devotional service. So our strength of remembering or not remembering all relies fully on the mercy of our spiritual master. You understand? And therefore, our whole idea is to somehow or other please Him. So how to please Him? By following the rules and chanting 16 rounds and following all the rules that He has given, the 4 principles, attending all the programs, reading the books, taking Krishna Prasad. Then if you do that, then you're going back. It is not on the your strength of remembering or not remembering, but it's on the mercy of the spiritual master. You understand? Because spontaneous devotional service is a very high platform. Huh? It's not some easy platform, you know. You follow? Huh? That you are remembering the Lord 24/7, and of course, if you are in that one, then like Narada Muni, the moment he started chanting, let him get his hand burned. Hey, let him get his hand burned, and he will never touch it. That's how to teach, you know. Get burned, wow, no more. That's how Krishna has put us here. Burn. You like here? Burn some more. Understand? So devotional service is, that's why Krishna's Maya is there. You follow? It is not easy to remember. I don't know, maybe for you, yeah, you seeing him every day and still you forget. The moment you turn your face, you know what dress, what color, nothing. Yes, even if you go in and dress him also, you think you will remember? I mean, please, I tell you. You understand? So this requires special mercy. Yeah, that's why we are living under the shelter of the, you know that verse I always quote, 5:24-21. I remember that verse, I quote all the time, 5:24-21. He sells himself to his pure devotee. So we take shelter of his. Can you read that?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart as the Super Soul, sells himself to his devotees such as Narada Muni. In other words, the Lord gives pure love to such devotees and gives himself to those who love him purely. Great self-realized mystic yogis such as the 4 Kumaras also derive great transcendental bliss from realizing the Super Soul within themselves.
He sells himself to the. So whole idea is, as Prabhupada said, you just hold on to my dhoti, I'll take you back. Is it not? So the whole idea is to take shelter of a pure devotee. That's why spiritual life means spiritual master. It is not anything else. No, it's not so easy to, capture Krishna. But a pure devotee, that was Yogena Mapi Sarvesham Mat Gantentarat Sadavan Yo Vajoto Mam Yatanto.
647.
See, by what my this yogis, what is that? 647.
647.
Yogena mapi sarvesham mat kantentaratmana siddhavan bhajante yomam same yuktatamo mataha. See? How to keep the Lord in the heart? Always, we are seeing the Lord. Correct? Yes. How he does that? Just like Narada said, the moment I chant, the Lord appears in my heart. Huh? How powerful, how pure. Correct? That is the transcendental place, and Krishna says, someone who is like that, is, is very dear to me. I consider him as the most perfect. Yes? Yes or not? So this position, it's not so easy, but at least to serve the Lord, correct? I mean, to serve the spiritual master, that is the biggest gain, correct? How to get such a spiritual master? And if you got one, that means you are very fortunate. Huh? If you get one spiritual master and he falls down, what will be your consciousness be? Take another bus. Huh? Some crazy nonsense. You understand? Not possible, to do this kind of nonsense. Well, this is called cheating philosophy. Cheating? The Guru cannot fall down. The Guru, that's why ISKCON is finished, because they're teaching this nonsense. You follow? So try to understand, our whole basis of going back to Godhead is purely centered on our devotion and attachment to our spiritual master, especially Prabhupada. Because unless you got Krishna, you cannot say, I can take you back. Possible? Not possible. That's the difference between a realized soul and a conditioned soul. A realized soul is confident because he's seeing Krishna, he's talking to Krishna, he's everything with Krishna. You understand? Now we ask you, are you with Krishna? It'll take some time for you to answer the question. Yes, correct. Sometimes they ask you question, where's your God? Yeah, he's in your heart. He was. He's in our temple. Yeah, you can come and see. But this all takes some time for you to answer, is it not? But if you ask from where's God? Yeah, I can see him. Yeah, you also can see. Not only I can see, you also can see. He says, how? He will teach you. See how confident the answer is. You follow? That shows the person is in that level. Correct? Is it not? Hello? You, of course, you may be seeing him. Right? So try to understand this. If we are not in that level, then you will be doubt. There will be what? Doubt. That's why he's asking question. How we will be able to remember Krishna? Because I'm doubting. Correct? My doubt is that I cannot remember him. Yes? So that's a doubt. So how am I going to go back to Godhead if I cannot remember him? That's a doubt. Yes? But a pure devotee, it's like what's his name? Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaja Pada Panjarantam. You know that word? Huh? I want to die now because I'm seeing you. My mind is going under your lotus feet. I remembering. I want to go now. Even Parishit Maharaj he says in 12:5. Let this snake come and let me bite me now. I know all of you, please chant Hare Krishna. Confident. You understand? You see the mood of a confident person and a person who is not confident. So how? There's no loss if you take shelter of the spiritual master. By his strength, huh? By his word. Just like Krishna said in 10:10:25. Who are you? Huh? You two person, I don't know you. Because Narada said, that's why I'm coming to save you. So because of Narada's word, Krishna is obligated. So Prabhupada said, if you follow, I will take you back, means he will, on his strength and word alone, Krishna is obligated. That's why he says in this verse, I don't know you two, you guys. What is that? Huh? Nothing to do with you. I have nothing to do with them. Is it? But Devaraji Nara is very dear and affectionate devotee. And therefore, because he wanted me to come face to with them, I must do so for their deliverance. See? You understand this point? So our strength is based on how much we have that faith in our spiritual master. That's the difference. You understand? And to show that also, there's one devotee, I told the story, he's dying, nobody around, broke all principles, and doctors waiting for him to go to sign the papers. And then he stood up like this, Prabhupada, you have come. And then he died. So why Prabhupada had to do this part? To educate us, no? Yes? So try to understand, our spiritual life is based on our strength in surrendering to our spiritual master. Anything else, because our mind is so difficult. Our mind is very difficult. And you chant also, you can see what are you doing? Remembering Krishna, running around, pastime. Yeah? Is it? Tell me. Huh? How you are doing it? Most of the time trying to stay awake. There was already a big town, correct? Yeah? Yes? So keep your mind for hours in the holy name. That requires a lot of spiritual advancement. Must be attracted, otherwise how to do? Yes? So please try to understand. Our strength is our spiritual master. Nothing else.
Faith in spiritual master is important, but how much we are following instructions is also matters.
Yeah, of course. How much you're following means how much you're dedicated. If you disobey, you can't even chant. Yes? Understand? So, it all comes of years of practice. Years of practice. Prabhupada said just to chant good rounds, it takes at least 20 years. I'm 50 years, still the same. Still struggling to put my mind together. Huh? Yes. Arjuna also said the same thing. Chanchala mana he Krishna, Paramati, Balabhadridam. Yes? Correct? So try to understand this mind, Huh?
There's some questions online.
What question?
Prabhu, how can we, first question by Gayatri Manyam.
Who?
Gayatri Manyam. Prabhu, how can we separate from Krishna? Where were we before taking birth in this material world? And how can we get this thought of separation?
Increase.
Yeah, repeat the question. Prabhu, how can we separate from Krishna? Where
How
were
can-
we before
how can
taking-
you what?
How can we separate from Krishna?
How can you what?
Separate.
Separate.
Yeah.
How you can separate from Krishna?
Where were we before taking birth in this material world? And how can we get this thought of separation from Krishna, even we are part and parcel of Krishna?
You are never separated from Krishna. Krishna is in your heart. Where's the question of separation? Huh? If you turn away from Krishna, you are separated. Then you are engulfed by Maya. Correct? That's why pure devotees, they never see they're separated. Correct? Because they are seeing Krishna everywhere. Yes? Huh? So there's no question of separation. The question of separation comes when you are in Maya. You are in Maya. Yes? That verse, you know. Bhayam Divita. Huh? 11 to 42, I think. And take out 11 to 42, you can see the moment you turn your face away from Krishna, then fear overcomes you. You know that? Huh?
47.
Huh?
11 to 37.
11 to 37. Take it out. 11 to 37. So this is how you get separated.
Fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as the material body because of absorption in the external illusory energy of the Lord. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. This bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency for illusion called Maya. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord, under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, whom he should accept as his worshipable deity and his very own life and soul.
So the process is take a guru. Huh? You take the spiritual master, then you can rectify this position. Yes?
One more question is there by Sai Karti.
Who's that?
Sai Karti. Prabhu, how to know if we are pleasing Krishna and Prabhupada, and also how to develop more faith in Krishna?
How to develop what?
How to know if we are pleasing Prabhupada and Krishna, and how to know how to develop faith in Krishna?
How to develop faith in what?
Krishna.
So if you are following the four principles and chanting 16 rounds, that means you know you are pleasing the spiritual master. Right? That's all. And that will develop your faith in Krishna. Because as you surrender, Krishna says, I reward. What is the reward? First is the strengthening of the faith, then the initiation, the association, then initiation. After that, anartha, nirvritti, all the dirty things in the heart will go. Right? When that goes, you become fixed up. Then you get taste, then you get attraction, then you get your power, then finally you get love of God. So this is how he rewards one thing after the other. It's all there. Huh? You understand? There's no big mystery about it. 23, 14, 15. But the verse of 410 Bhagavad Gita also.
23, 14, 15.
Send him there again. Hello. You go there. Hello. Put the music on for him. Hey, go there, go there.
Gokul.
23, 14, 15.
Sometime with that. Okay. Okay.
He doesn't want to go.
आलो श्रद्धा ततः साधु संगोतो भजन क्रिया तथो नर्थ निवृत्ति स्यात् तथो निष्ठा रुचिस्तथा अथा शक्ति तथो भावस्तथा प्रेमाभ्युद्यंसति साधकानाम् अयं प्रेम्णः प्रादुर्भावे भवेत् क्रमः. In the beginning there must be faith, Then one becomes interested in associating with pure devotees. Thereafter, one is initiated by the spiritual master and executes the regulated principles under his orders. Thus, one is freed from all unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Thereafter, one develops taste and attachment. This is the way of sadhana bhakti, the execution of devotional service according to the regulated principles. Gradually, emotions intensify, and finally, there is an awakening of love. This is the gradual development of love of Godhead for the devotee interested in Krishna consciousness.
So, it's getting late for you. It's going to be almost 10 o'clock. You don't want to go back? Huh? All right, if you have no more questions, we will then stop here.
End the line? Right.
All right, then, okay. Thank you very much for your participation.